Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. My name is Eric Ita, and in this video we're going to be touching on a few things. The first thing we're going to be touching on is a mini schnauzer. Actually, I'm not going to be touching this mini schnauzer because, first of all, the last time I did, he bit me. This is probably one of the worst cases I've ever found of a fearful dog. And of course, that dog would be a mini schnauzer. They're known to be anxious dogs by default, and it doesn't help if they've been cuddled or if they have not been socialized properly as a young puppy. Now, this case is unique. The owners are very invested in the progress. We've met up a few times and done sessions out in public, and he's showing good result. But take a look at the very first session I had with him, just meeting him. Like this video because it's going to be awesome, obviously, and subscribe, turn on the post notification so that you get information on when the next video is posted. I'm not going to be posting as much because I am moving from Las Vegas to Henderson. This dog tried to eat me. He was so fearful he started pooping himself. Pooped all over the floor. Took me an hour to clean. And then I thought we were doing well. I thought everything was good. I thought we had come to an understanding, come to some sort of like a middle ground. And then 3 days later, what happened? The dog pooped all over the kennel. You know, this was my fault. I was being consistent for the first 3 days, and the dog was starting to show progress. And I said to myself, you know what, Eric? Maybe the dog doesn't need to have the leash on him 24/7. Boy, was I wrong. The dog needs to have a leash on him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, until we have conquered this fear. It's my job to get him used to the world, to get him used to things that may be uncomfortable. He's very skittish. He's very quick to jump at the sight and sound of anything new that moves or grooves. I'm going to show you some of the videos of my training with Biggie thus far. Capri, no. You see what you did to me? You see what you did to me? I tried to get Biggie out of the kennel, and Biggie put up a fight. I went and put some gloves on. He bit through the gloves, and my hand's shaking and bleeding. That blood, bite mark, bite mark, bite mark, bite mark, another bite mark. My mistake was that I took the leash off of him. I've had a leash on him for the last 3 days, and he was doing really well. So this is one of those things where if he's doing really well and you start to ease up, then the dog shows you something else. So this is why when the dog seems like they're doing well, you have to be on top of it even more. So just to show you that that's something that happens. Even when you're training the dog, you think, oh, the dog's starting to show some progress. So then you start to ease up a bit. So there's no easing up. And we're going to stay through the rest of it. You know, so whether he's doing well, whether he's not doing well, we have to be consistent. Got poop everywhere. Possibly the arrival of Aurora. That's the only thing that's changed since I just brought Aurora into the house. is over there in the corner, and this dog is too much in a state of fight or flight, and if you put him in a kennel and he feels fearful, he's going to attack. This is proof, right? So perhaps keeping him in an open space, just, you know, controlled so he can't really move around, but at least he doesn't have the feeling of being enclosed. You know, that's something that I could change and try to see how that works out for the next couple of days, the next few days. So anyway, that's it. Dog training adventures. Keep going. Good. Up. The thing here is every time Biggie hears something random, something loud, something clanky, he starts freaking out. And I'm trying to teach him that, listen, instead of fearing these things, you can simply just walk around them with no problem, right? They're not going to harm you. So in the beginning, he's freaking out because he can't figure it out. So my job is to guide him. And through that, we can build confidence. So even if he steps on this thing on accident, it's not a problem. All right? So we're going to work through that. See, my goal is that when he sees how much fun the other dogs are having, maybe it'll occur to him that he could also have some fun. Aurora. Here you go. Up. Good. Off. Good. Up. Good. Off. Good. Up. Good. Off. Good. Up. Good. Good boy. Let's try going this way. Up. Good. There we go. Good boy. Come on. Good boy. Up. Good. Off. Up. Off. Up. Good boy. Good boy. Here, want some food? No food? Of course. Understand. Good boy. Up. Good. Up. Off. Good. Off. Good. Here. There we go. Good. Good boy. Good boy. Told you it was tough. It's been like that for the first 3 days. And then we had some little hiccups here and there. And then we're on schedule, so we're on day 8 now, and he's doing so much better. He's conquering more heights than he ever has. He's doing so much more than he ever has. And he will be so much more than he's ever been by the time I am done with him.
So what that is already just general anxiety, which is quite obvious. Has he attacked before? Has he attacked before? Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay.
He doesn't like strangers around me.
Sure.
So,
He's guarding his personal space, and you just happen to be in there.
okay.
for one thing. If I took him away from you, he would immediately calm down. You and I are gonna walk together, and at some point I'm gonna take the leash from you. So let's walk to this tree and back. So, yeah. And then we need to change the leash first of all. So the thing is, we can't allow him to just get used to pulling. So we have to start correcting him and redirecting him. So the way that would work out is, all right, switch again. Every time I'm gonna get closer and closer. So you see he's constantly pulling. So believe it or not, he's actually trying to escape that pressure. So that has caused some frustration. That's why we need to incorporate, all right, switch, but this way, like turn that way this time. Yeah, there you go. We need to start releasing pressure, release. So whenever he is with you, there needs to be no pressure. And as soon as he pulls past, you're gonna pop and change directions. So, all right, change, go around that way. All right. All right, let me take this other hand of the leash. Okay. And then at some point, just stop, yeah, stop moving, and then let it go. There you go. Okay. So this is the thing, is from here on out, I'm not gonna let him do that, but I have to, hey, and then change directions. How's it going?
Have I seen your videos?
Probably. Okay. So you see how he's already calming down? So you just can't allow him to keep pulling without changing directions, because if he gets used to that, then he's just going to keep doing it. And if he's already used to the pressure, then the pressure is not really doing anything. So he has to learn immediately where the leash ends. And if he doesn't follow it, it's a pop and then release. Sit. Good. So what I would do is eye contact, good, then okay. Because he has to start acknowledging you and get in the habit of, instead of trying to look around, he has to build a habit of looking at you as the way to continue moving. The general anxiety can come from many things, but most of the time it's obviously there's an underlying fear, but then there's also the fear coming from not really knowing a routine, not knowing what's expected and what's supposed to happen. The thing about it is a lot of people wait until they're actually in a situation and then it's too late. But with a dog, you have to be able to repeat things a few times over in certain situations for it to make sense. So, and you'll see him calm down soon, because once he learns that, oh, all I'm supposed to do is sit, the anxiety goes away because there's a certainty, there's kind of a job that he's supposed to do, which is in this case, just sit down.
Okay.
So we'll just teach him to do nothing for a bit, and he needs to be comfortable just with doing nothing and not acting crazy.
You just have to wait him out then.
There you go, good. I just want him to calm down, and then, I'm not sure if you have food. Down. So, starting with a down. He knows down, right?
Yes.
Because you can't reinforce commands that dogs don't really know. Down. Good. And I'm going to reward him in the down. And then I want to start building, good, eye contact. Okay, and we start moving. And then we're going to change directions again. And as long as it's with me, there should be no pressure at all. For no reason should he pull without you being able to correct it. If you don't correct it, it's going to keep happening.
Okay.
So that's just where we're at. There's no, I mean, I'm sure there's an easier way, but for you, time and having other things to do, you don't want to spend your time having bad walks, and you're not going to have the time to sit down and go through it the long way.
Yes.
Because the long way is like, oh, from wherever he reacts, which is all the way across the street, wherever, or end of the street, you have to start there, and then tomorrow come back and move a bit closer, and then come back another, and by the time you get here, it's like 4 or 5 months, and no one has that kind of time. So for me, I usually train very simply. Don't do this instead. You have to give him as much information as possible. And also I feel like I'm giving you too much information because I'm just talking. You do it, so right there, good, food, there you go.
Because even if he looks at me the whole walk and I just feed him treats the whole time, it's okay. 'Cause
Yeah.
Okay.
Just every time. So the thing is, it's not just, it's looking at you is good, but it's also looking at something and ignoring it. So if you looked at something and ignored it, I would, food, good, food, 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 food.
Okay.
I want to really embrace the fact that he's ignoring things. Good. Good. Just keep walking towards us. No, don't allow it. Remember, no, correct, redirect. Your correction has to be firm. None of that is gonna help. It's gotta be a very firm, down, down. Good. It's gotta be a firm pop, pop, and redirect, and then come back again. Just, yeah, take a few steps away and then come right back. You're basically trying to teach him, don't do this, and this is gonna keep happening until you follow, until you listen. So, here, watch for a second. No. If you do a couple of times, you won't have to do it as often. It has to feel like a frisbee and it has to be firm. Because if you're just doing no, 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 that won't do anything. So, now we're gonna try it again, see? Okay. No. Good. Okay. See how he immediately loses interest? Give him something else to do. Move him away, bring him back. That's the way to do it. But you saw how firm I was. A lot of people don't like seeing corrections, especially on their dogs, because they feel like, oh my God, how dare you correct my dog, or you're hurting my dog, or nothing. The dog can handle it, but it's also about how you do it. It's actually more damaging to try to steer them away because the pressure is consistent. Okay. This is more effective. Pop and release, very fast like that. Okay. It's kind of a skill. Yeah, I usually, if they want to pull, I say, okay, fine, go see what happens. Pop, come back. The whole idea of a correction is that it's supposed to make the dog do something else. If it doesn't change the dog's mind in that situation, then it's not effective enough. So that's why I keep saying, if you're doing, no, hey, stop, this, but you're just kind of moving the leash around, you're not really adding any firm correction, all that's doing is just frustrating him more.
Okay.
But if you want to speak to him firmly in the way that he understands, you see it. A quick pop, no, pop, and then this way, and then come back and try again. Okay. You do it over a few times, he learns that behavior is the behavior you don't want. Mm-hmm. So changing his mind is about then saying, okay, when I see a dog, here, food. Good. Good.
Many days have passed since we began training with Biggie, and I'm trying to see where he is mentally. Is he more willing to engage with other dogs and play with other dogs? So I've brought him out again to the tennis court, and I'm simply going to see if I can get him to engage with me, if he's going to be more friendly and playful with me, or if he's still sort of in that mental state of uncertainty. Capri, you're excessive. You need to chill. Go. Hi, come on. Good. All right. Capri, no barking. Hey! No. No. Down. You, down. Unacceptable behavior, so we're not going to allow that. However, the correction that I just gave her was fair, and now she's calming down, and now I'm going to release them to re-engage and play. Break. Good. See? Here, come on. Good girl. So we got to teach them how to go up, come down, go up, come down.
Charlie. Good. Bree, what did I say? Diamond. Good. Sit. Good. Okay. Bree. Good.
Good boy, Biggie. Good boy. Good boy.
This is my favorite part because the owners never know what to do. Like, act natural.
Biggie's owners have been given a challenge. Ignore their dog for 10 minutes. This will be their toughest challenge yet, as Biggie is more than excited to see them.
When it comes down all the way, then we'll just start walking with him.
It's so much better though, because you would never just like.
Yeah, we used to bring him here. We see
Like we had to
anybody.
carry him because he was like trying to.
Right. Reinforce. There you go. Now release. Good.